Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show called On Mental Health. And it's been 3 long weeks I've been away from you. Frankly, I had nothing substantial to share with you. I wanted to get really something that would add value to your life. Now I've got the best for you. Today, we have a very distinguished guest with us. Her name is Dr. Jyoti Vora, and she is a proprietor and CEO, Dhirang Consultants Mumbai. She's an academician, consultant. She's a trainer, research guide, and a researcher in biochemistry and food science and quality control. Her qualifications read like that: MSc, PhD, FSSC, MAS, FFBC, CME from USA. Uh, Apart from all this, she's a doctorate in biochemistry with more than 28 years of teaching experience. Wow, that's something really tremendous. So I told you I'm going to get the best for you. Um, Apart from all this, one thing I liked about Dr. Vora is that she's extremely energetic and she has some amazing podcasts that she will share with you at the end of this talk. I'll be sharing this in the description section of YouTube. Hi, Dr. Vora, how are you?
I'm good, Rashmi ji. Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting me to this absolutely beautiful audience, at the epicenter of which are you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you on our show. Today, I wanted you to talk a bit about your work and then we can start talking about food and mental health.
Right. It's my greatest passion after my family and my country, because I'm from a defense family. And family and country, they're synonymous. So I am a biochemist. I'm from IIT Mumbai. And during my study of biochemistry, and I always knew I wanted to do research and I wanted to teach, I wanted to write. I was very keen on studying areas of food. And
Okay.
I'm very conscious that we are Indians by birth and by destiny. We are very much, privy to a beautiful heritage, which is the Vedic heritage. And today the world is recognizing it. So, for more than 23 years, my research group is related to what is known as functional foods, how to keep up a holistic wellness. And here I would like to congratulate you on your work and how you have also made it a kind of passion to, deal with one area of research that is important, and that is mental health. I am dealing with the organ and cellular oriented thing, but the two of us are together because there is a magic word called psychosomatic. And in that, with my entire study of nutrition, time and again, I have gone globally. I have lectured at Harvard twice and
Okay,
Oxford
great.
twice by invitation.
Okay.
And all the summation of that is that I have sold India, and I'm very proud of it. A lot of our problems in mental health are very much related to the fact that we have forgotten our own origin.
Absolutely.
And therefore, in that origin, there is a Sanskrit small shlok which says, Anna he Purna Brahma.
Yes.
At the center of all Genesis is food. So today, because you've given me the privilege to connect to a very glittering audience, I would be specifying the direct connects between diet and diseases which are related to the mind. Please,
One vital question for you, Dr. Vora, is that how
please,
does food affect our mental health?
right. You see, as a teacher, and I think I'm blessed to be a teacher. So, as a teacher, when we begin the teaching of food science, uh, food chemistry, and nutrition, the first sentence I make my students write is, "You are what you eat." That means your entire biochemical profile is totally dictated by the kind and the amount of food you consume in a day, and your total approach towards food. When we talk of health, I don't think it's very correct if we segregate physical and mental health separately. because we have a word known as psychosomatic. Psycho means mental profile, and
Yes.
somatic means related to the cells and to the bodily level or the physical part. So, very simply put, if you're feeling good mentally,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be physically perfect. And if you are feeling physically, out of sorts, it's going to affect your mind.
Yes.
Plus, the whole concept is uh, our approach has to be totally towards a balanced diet.
Yes.
I'm going to take you through a very short journey of what is a balanced diet. Neither more nor less, totally balanced. And the classification is related to macronutrients, which include protein, carbohydrate, and fats. And see, I'm taking a big pause, fats. And definitely three more, which are micronutrients, the vitamins, the trace elements, and the minerals. And a seventh ingredient, which is most important in the diet, and that's water. We tend to forget water, and I carry it all the time because we are average 78% water along with us.
Yes.
And today is the day of paid media, and I'm not talking politically. A lot of information is being thrown around by vested bodies to misinform. And that is why, Rashmiji, we enjoy a beautiful acquaintance, you and I. But my thank you to you was heartfelt because you have generated a platform where correct and good news is given in a holistic manner for those who need to be informed. Too
Yes.
many people are misinformed.
Yes.
So today is a day and age that exclusion diets are wonderful, that you can lose weight in a week. It's all rubbish. You have to have everything related to what we call lifestyle intervention.
Yes.
What do you mean by lifestyle intervention? Something which you do as a habit day to day, and something which you do as a habit now you don't think about it. You see, you just do it naturally. So, therefore, moderation,
Mm.
consumption of a rounded diet which includes everything.
Yeah. A
I
balanced
write a
diet.
lot. I have a battery of published work, and
Okay.
I will be very clear to you that just before I was here, and I've been looking forward to this event right from the morning, like a little child promised कि आज आपको मेले लेके जाएंगे, that kind of thing. To me, this is very meaningful. This
Yes.
coming and talking to you. But what I'm coming to the point is, I was doing some work on esophageal cancer,
Okay. Okay.
and it also is a disease. And
Yes.
one of the
Yes.
most important points there is you have to have good rounded nutrition. So exclusion diets, keto diets, how you should not include fats in your diet, these are all myths, they are fads. And the more you do that, the more your mental health is going to be affected. So my first point was approach has to be balanced diet. Then let us talk of what is mental health. I have also done a lot of counseling because I am also a qualified counselor. And when you counsel people, one of the main things is that they feel the spotlight is on them. Now, I'm just going to be very clear related to mental health. All of us are mentally deranged sometimes. It is the truth, it is the honest truth. Only we can manage to come back, you see. We
Yes.
can get sorted out.
Yeah.
Today's that term that sorted out means you can arrange and rearrange yourself.
Rearrange. Yeah. Yeah.
So the brain is a beautiful organ. It's
Absolutely.
a 24-hour, sipahi on the border who takes care of the whole body while you're sleeping, while you're awake, while you're excited, while you're depressed, while you're anything. But at the same time, you need fuel to go into the brain. And if the brain is starved of nutrients,
Mm.
and lots of studies have been done on micronutrients. If I tell you that 45 nutrients are needed per day by a subject to consume in his diet, we call it required daily and dietary allowance, RDA it is called.
Yes, RD.
A person will say, हाँ, a person will say, I'm not going to eat so many. 45 कहाँ से खाएंगे हम? So the answer is very simple. Nature has given us a lot of beautiful foods. We only are not using them. There is a concept, don't drink milk. There is a concept for a long time, and this has been uncovered also. Do not eat ghee,
Ghee.
desi ghee.
Yes.
Yes, and now again on this platform, I am going to clarify to you that in our Vedic Sanskrit, and even your grandmother, my grandmother, and dearest audience, your grandmothers also said, अरे हम तो घी तेल और दूध खा के बड़े हुए हैं, that is why हम तंदुरुस्त हैं.
Hmm.
And the concept is extremely simple. In Sanskrit, it's called Anna Shuddhi. Because you see, in your body, you need something called essential fatty acids,
Fatty
EFAs.
acids. Yes.
And if those EFAs are not available, the most problematic area of your body to be disturbed is none other than neural function, than thought process orientation, and the brain. You see, the brain is made up of two types of cells, the glial, which are the non-neural, the supporting cells, and the neural or the nervous cells. So I'm not making this into a lesson of biochemistry. What I mean is you need to fuel those. So the first point is most of us need to, one, educate ourselves, and two, little bit follow what the elders in the family tell us. This is what I tell my students also. Recently, I will give you a little, um, anecdote, and you'll be shocked. I've been giving webinars since the lockdown. A lot of them are on how to improve immunity. And that's the base of my research. That's why that FF in my MAS, FFBC, it's functional foods and bioactive compounds.
Okay.
I'm an invited member of the American Society for that.
Okay. Great.
It's my invitation. So these are bioactives which have to be included in the diet. Later, I'll talk about them.
Yes.
But while I was giving a very passionate talk, about it, a student on the chat box wrote that I hate all vegetables, and therefore I am only consuming smoothies.
Oh,
So
okay.
the organizer was again someone quite well acquainted to me, and I wrote on the chat while talking, you see, that I would like to speak to that person, after the talk is over. And I said, you better book a set of dentures, because if you're drinking smoothies, you are not using your teeth, and tomorrow you will not have teeth. So the brain is exactly like that. The brain is related to use it or lose it. And neurons only die, they don't reproduce. So if we don't have a correct diet, if we misuse this beautiful tissue given to us by the super creator, we are going to irreparably lose the whole thing. So I just surmise by saying there's a direct connection between mental health, preservation of mental health, and in case there is any kind of mental calamity which has been diagnosed, you see, some kind of disorder, some disease, all names are scary. I'm not going to take any names, but in case that has happened, then even to manage it, because you see, in our nutrition, we say three things. Food has three functions. Number one, it prevents the disease from happening.
Absolutely.
That's the best thing. The way we always say prevention is better than cure. Now, number two, in case the disease has occurred, then you cure the disease. So the second role is curative.
Sure.
And in case it cannot be cured, and it's a lifelong thing, even AIDS and cancer at this moment are like that.
Yes.
Then you have to manage the disease. Then you have to go along with the quality of life best available to you. And for that also food is available. There is a acronym in medicine which says TLC, tender loving care, and that tender loving care includes food also. And therefore diet and disease, they are connected, and all the quantum of the disease can be very well managed if you arrange a balanced diet. This is my first point.
Okay.
Right.
From all of this, what I've understood is that your entire body needs all kind of nutrients, and when we fall short of certain nutrients, it affects our body and our mind as well. And the parts of the body
Absolutely.
that we don't use, the brain does not get that signal, so the functioning of that organ becomes slow, or then that gets it gets into that problem, whatever disease
Yes.
that we say. Like you gave the example of the kid having the person having smoothies all the time. That was quite revealing and quite an enlightening example that you gave,
Right.
because I'm sure a lot of young people who are watching this show
Exactly.
should know about this fact. As we've discussed all of this, the second part of the discussion is, can we alter our food so that we can have a better mental health? Can we alter?
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, things can be altered. You see, the body is made up of 10 to the power of 14 cells.
Okay.
We are the highest in the evolutionary ladder. वो तो आज एक वायरस ने हमें बिठा दिया घर पे. Otherwise, as a species, we are the most evolved. And therefore, nature has given us one most wonderful thing. And that wonderful thing is in the name of our species itself. And what is the name of our species? Homo sapien, which is a Latin phrase which means thinking species. Our most important USP or our most signature feature is that we can think. If we mismanage our thoughts, things are going to be, all wrong. And at the center, and you are the expert in that area, at the center of all problems with mental health is thought mismanagement. So, in case you want to reinstate your thought process, then the best thing to do is first of all look within yourself. What is wrong? And two things are important: food and sleep. Today, work from home has become a kind of norm because there's no choice. But in that, we cannot have erratic food timings. So my first point is not talking about what changes to bring, but even how you're going to eat the food. You're sitting in front of the laptop, you're consuming something without looking at it, you're not even aware of what you're eating, how much you've eaten. All these are going to lead to what we commonly call in nutrition nutritional disorders. The second most important thing is it's a good idea, and now all medical health care is holistic.
Yes.
They not only speak about you, they speak about your family, they speak about the history of your family in terms of health, and they speak about your lifestyle. And then they definitely speak about nutrition. What do you consume? And the very simple point is, if you look at what you're consuming, a trained nutritionist, and you'll be very happy to know that I do overseas consultation also for online for diets.
Okay.
And we can put in the desired changes. And again, I'm selling India in 2006. And after that, subsequently, there was a wonderful research carried out on all the balanced diet projections all over the world. I'm not giving any prizes to the bright people in the audience, but India won because our thali is the best, most balanced. And when I say thali, not any one state, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Kutch to Calcutta, we have some projection of the whole thali. Wrong media projection, fads, ill-informed people, distrusting your own heritage, and incomplete scientific information. All this is the reason why we are at the point of what we are, but we are rediscovering ourselves. So you can make the changes. Only one thing is there: moderation has to be, used. Time and again, you're supposed to consume short, frequent meals, and you sit down and eat with entire attention to your meal. Rashmi ji, I've kept aside because I do a lot of Sanskrit writing also. It's my hobby. I'm a practicing Brahmin, so it's my hobby. At the end, I'm going to say a Sanskrit slok, so I'm saving it up for that. But in our mental health professional parlance, we have what is called mindful eating. You sit down and pay great attention to what is there in your plate.
Here,
You can even help.
add something. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting here. Here, I would like to add something. The practice of the entire family sitting around down on the floor and eating together exactly was the best way of having food. Now,
Absolutely.
everybody has different timings. They go to the kitchen, they get their food, and they eat in front of the TV or the laptop. So, I guess,
Absolutely. And we are designed to be social. We
yes.
are not supposed to be solitary. We are designed to be social. Your entire biochemical projection is that we are designed to be social. And the concept of just sitting alone, and for your interest, that Padmasan, which we sit down and try to make, is wonderful for digestion, because when you consume, you're going to go through an entire process of biochemistry. It includes digestion, absorption, utilization, assimilation, and finally excretion. So to facilitate that, to have a good food experience, you are going to be absolutely comfortable if you're chatting, laughing, kind of teasing everyone, and then having your meal. You'll be much better off. And slowly, eating slowly. You see, overseas, certain MNCs came into India. As Indians, we have that little, thing about imported,
Import.
and for fast food caught on. Today, the world recognizes fast food is rubbish. Fast food is junk food. Fast food kills nutrition. So it's the slow food which we talk about. We have a tradition of dals and all which have been cooked for 20 hours. Now, why did I use the example of dal? Because in maintenance of good mental health, I'm going to tell you a rainbow of 7 things which are extremely important, and 7 kind of foods. And you'll be, of course, interested to know that the whole concept is related to grains, whole grains, bhakri, and so on. All kinds of lentils, if we can generate, sprouting,
Sprout.
and we make usars and all, we use that. A combination of greens and vegetables of all kinds. And if someone says which sabji to eat, which fruit to eat, whichever is seasonal. If in December you want to sit down and eat hapus mangoes, then Mother Nature said, sorry, May tak intezar karo, because you're not supposed to consume it, because the plant is not going to grow it. And whatever comes to the market and you show off saying, Humne to hapus khaya, to someone has to tell you, I mean, thoda soch bhi lete aap. So why? Because it's artificially ripened. That is how you are giving an encouragement to wrong food processing practices. Because when you artificially ripen, chemicals are going to be there. So my simple premise is that whatever is available and whatever is much the season, you consume. We need to now talk about those 7 foods. You'll be quite happy to know. As I said, whole grains and multigrain. Multigrain is not an imported approach. Sorry, we have been using it. In the Ayurveda, which is part of the fourth Ved, is there is a whole concept of scientifically proven recipes. They're all available, and you can use them, and you can prepare them with every puja, with every kind of procedure. There is a method of preparing that prasad also. Panchamrit, which is commonly given in all temples, is the most curative 5-point programs. You see, milk, uh, sugar, and I don't mean that white devil. I mean the chakarkan and honey, the most wonderful nature's food. Then you have curd, and of course you have ghee,
Ghee.
all in equal proportion. Similarly, what we call shira or halwa, which is served, that is a very holistic, wonderful recipe for mental health. It's what's called a soul food. So if you're depressed, they prescribe it. They say, घर का हलवा खाइए, साथ में पूरी भी खा लीजिए और अच्छा लगेगा. So everybody says, oh, puri, you will put on weight. Of course not. Who told you this? You just make sure how many puris you're eating. Make sure that you're doing exercise with it.
Exercise with it. Yeah.
Ah, And then if your lifestyle is wonderful, you're going to be wonderful. So in our culture, we have a lot of treasures which have just been hidden away. Now they are right here in front. Similarly, this concept of removing peels from fruits is not at all a good idea, because I've seen young mothers trying to be very, conscientious, and they remove the peel from the apple. And then I feel like telling them, please don't do it,
Yes.
because it's the epicenter of all vitamins and fiber also. So wash it clearly, wash it nicely, and serve the fruit with the peel. Do not remove the peel. And the very interesting, important concept is, we have so many types of cuisines. We have so many types of oils. We have so many types of preparation methods. We have tandoor, we have seek, we have cooking on the chula, and the vessels in which we cook. Lot of them also contribute to micronutrients which are right there. And the thing which your mother and my mother told us, we are not going to have any partiality towards any vegetable. Whatever vegetable is made and served, you have to finish it, at least the first helping.
Yes.
So भिंडी नहीं अच्छी लगती है, बैंगन नहीं अच्छा लगता है, it is loaded, beautiful zinc, lovely manganese, great amount of trace elements, and so many methods of cooking it. So combinations of all this are very much available. And the most, greatest thing, khichdi. Khichdi is a very curative food for mental health. It calms you down. Studies have been carried out. Research indicates that. And khichdi can be of so many combinations, you see. And it's a whole complete composite meal. Plus, we are a country of Sri Krishna. We have a lot of curd, and curd is a probiotic. So, curd is the other most important thing for mental health, and it's really, valuable. Now, the seventh thing that I wanted to tell you is, all you do is you go into the kitchen and make a cup of nice masala chai, and that masala which you put is full of bioactives. These are all immune boosters. What what is the list? Very easy. You put ginger, you put cinnamon, you put clove, you put both the types of elaichis, and then the masala dabba which your mother uses. We tell young people, and which you and I use as housewives and mothers. That's all made up of bioactives, which is going to restore mental health, and which is going to maintain mental health in all ages, from pediatric to geriatric. So you will say heeng, most valuable, asafoetida, very valuable for all kinds of ailments and feel good factor, because mental health is maintained by the generation of certain chemicals that you're much aware, and everyone must be aware. Happiness chemicals, serotonin, dopamine, and all generated in your body. And these are all derivatives of amino acids. Where do amino acids come from? Proteins. So you just absolutely connect to proteins of all kinds, and you just consume everything. We are from Maharashtra, all of us. We are in Maharashtra, so nachni or ragi, it's
Absolutely.
a
It's
wonder grain.
it's
We
a
have a council which has been made recently. I'm part of that council. It's called millets. Millet was a forgotten grain. It's made up of 8 different grains, and bajra, jawar, some of the names I can tell you. All of them commonly eaten, and white butter. So please eat butter. Please eat. Then you're more sorted out. Then your brains are oiled. Laughingly, people say, oil your brains and come for the exam. Badam khaiye. So all dry fruits. In one of the talks, Rashmi ji, someone said to me, Madam, dry fruit तो बहुत महंगे हैं. मैंने कहा तंदुरुस्ती उससे भी महंगी है अगर खो गई तो, and दवाइयाँ तो उससे भी महंगी. Medicines are extremely
absolutely.
expensive. So your real treasure is your good health. So you
Yes.
invest in dry fruits and consume them. Not large amounts, but small amounts. Even sweets. Why are you so disturbed about sweets? Just take a small piece, eat it. Take a small katori, eat it. Quietly, slowly enjoying it. We call it sensory evaluation. Let your body and brain get the message, Arey wow, we ate barfi. Then you're fine. And most of the time, people are disturbed because they want to eat. Then they have those hang ups. And then when the hang ups become mismanagement, then it progresses to a disease. So that's how it is. So I think that habits can be changed. We are elastic people, human beings. One day you decide on a good point, and it's like saying, now, do it now. That I want to be happy, I want to be healthy, and I want to induct all good eating habits. Then that is infectious also. So your entire family would also
Absolutely.
have the same habits.
Absolutely.
So as I said, it's a community, it's a global kind of thing. And globe today is a very small thing, only four walls. So at home you practice all that. No problem. Yes.
Okay, so at this we come to the end of the discussion. Here I would also want to add that we have our festivals, and each festival is attached to some kind of food. So that also is something which has a significance and importance, and we are slowly
True.
digressing from our own tradition, which is not a
True.
very positive thing. Yeah, some people are trying to help us return back to our roots, and Dr. Vora is one of them, and it was a real pleasure to have you. But you said you wanted to say something in Sanskrit, so please.
Absolutely. I am going to say something in Sanskrit, and of course, I'm going to translate it, but it's beautiful. Many of the young people would know it. It's a forgotten shlok at home. You see, we are all believers, so we know that food is a gift from God. So the moment your food is kept in front of you, you say what is known as grace. It's there in all the religions. In Christianity, they say grace. In the Islamic religions, they say Amin. And in us, we say the Shlok. So I'll just say it. It's Vadanika Valagheta Namagya Shri Hariche. That means the moment you pick up the first morsel, all you have to do is praise the Lord who has given us this. Sahaj havan hote, nama ghe tapukache. So this is the way if you are conducting a havan because you have prayed to God and thanked for the food. Sahaj havan hote, nama ghe tapukache. Jivan karijivitva, anna he purna brahma. Center of all food, Genesis is food. Udara bharanam nohe, zani je yajna karma. I want to emphasize on the last part. Udar is stomach, bharan is filling. So eating is not a mere filling of the stomach.
Yes.
Udara bharana mohe jane je yajna karma. Please know that you're conducting a Vedic yajna with your body biochemistry. So the shlok I'll say again all together. Vadanika vala gheta namagya Shri Hariche सहज हवन होते नाम घेता पुकाचे जीवन करिजीवित्वा अन्न हे पूर्ण ब्रह्म udara bharan nohe jani je yajna karma. So the moment we recognize that, then our mental health is definitely taken care of. Food is everything, part of us and outside us. So it's up to us to choose, and let's make the good choice. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vora. It was a really eye-opening session today, and I always believe that body has this tremendous capacity to heal. So, thank you
Yes.
so much.
Namaste. Thank you so much.